I'm Laurie Dobson. Today is January 8th, 2021. And sorry for the noise in the back. Got a file cabinet jiggling around. And if you have a problem with my driving, I just assure you that I am not in any danger. But I want to talk while I have a moment of clarity. I've just come back from spending some time in the upstairs of an antique store that's full of books, old books, and finding some wonderful books that I would like to have such brilliance back in the days when books have been taken seriously, and the mind and the quality of the mind, thinking people's minds are were important to the development of mankind and to our survival. So many deep thoughts, great thoughts reflected and put on the page. It isn't like that anymore. So many fast books go out there, not even spelled right, not even thought through. But clearly people are not educated enough to be able to write to the same extent. And there's a reason why. And I'm just gonna not pull punches here. It's a reason why I believe that this COVID thing happened the way it did. It was a deadly disease, the way that it was done, and the way that it was planned to be done, because it targeted those who had the least resistance to it and gave them the worst treatment in order to kill them, because of the brilliance, because of the hope in that generation's understanding of its place and its value as a representative of mankind. It took itself seriously. These days, the social media, the social entertainment, everything that's socialized us has succeeded in keeping us in an entertainment addiction and a socializing addiction, to where we no longer think about what we're doing and the balance of that compared to education. We simply want the addiction of more to keep us preoccupied, more to keep us escaping our minds and not cultivating them. So there was a reason so many of those folks just got, and it hasn't just been this COVID, it's been a dedicated process to destroying intelligence, reason, and making everything just a farce. And we are going into an age that's death for the mind. So, in past times when there's been attempts to control people, the intellectuals were destroyed first. And we know these things. People should know these things. But I wonder anymore. I wonder how many people can really think through what's going on, and it's my strong concern that there is no more ability to even debate ideas on the merit of the ideas. It's not about people, it's about the ideas. It's about the science and the ideas behind it. We can discuss, we can understand, but ideas and intentions are what comes before the intentions to destroy and to dismember people's thinking abilities. So the intentions now are clear to me that the effort is to destroy a number of people on the planet, and the troublemakers first, of course. But to do that, you have to be careful, because you can't wake up those who are slumbering and willing to go along with things, as long as they don't they're not made aware too soon, because if they are, they're the ones with the greatest numbers and the greatest ability to just reject something, completely reject it, and the lies are exposed. And then when one lie is exposed, it's like a domino, and the whole system can come crashing down. So there's a lot of manipulation and propaganda and ways to massage these things to happen and to unfold gradually. But now that today is the first day when the word 7 years, the term 7 years has come up. for any thought that this virus would be over with. There must be such certainty amongst the crowd that's doing this that they can say 7 years and still have any confidence that people will just not completely revolt. They must have a sense that people are beaten down. And if you look at all the newspapers, all the magazines, go to any library and look at all of the last month or two, you'll see the dumbed down effort is in full swing. There's no way to avoid understanding now that the lines are being drawn. You could call them what you will, but the lines are being drawn and they're being made more clear. And the fear of those who draw the lines is, I guess, based on an hysterical decision that they can only be safe by making an overt action, a really, truly over-the-top reaction to stun other people into quietude or a resigned acceptance. And I find it appalling. I find it unacceptable, and I'm fighting it with everything I can, because I know I'm fighting on behalf of humanity. And not only me, obviously. Many people are doing this in their own way. They're trying to strain themselves to understand the truth of these situations, and they are hampered, I think, to a great degree by their inability to see things for what they are, to call them on their face, and to not indulge in the lies that keep them together, that hold them to these falsehoods. These lies have great incentives attached to them. I have 3 children. I have a mother. I have my other family members, and I'm committed and indebted. But mostly, I'm loyal to what I know is inside of them, the ability to get to truth eventually in their own ways. And it may not be today, it may not be for a while now, because things are going underground. The truth is going to hide. People are seeing the danger and staying out in the open, and are cautioning others to hide and to be careful. These are dangerous times. Dangerous because of the ways that people feel that truth is no longer something they can make accessible to other people in their conversations for fear of retribution. You should be very afraid if you're one of those people out there censoring, because what you're going to get back now is just carefulness. You're not going to get truth back because you don't act like you want it. If you do, good luck getting it. If you force it and bludgeon it long enough, people will not give you and share with you what they believe. It's just self-preservation, and it's really too bad, because we all owe it to ourselves and to each other to be out there, to be spouting out about this, to be refuting these evils, the evil of deciding that money makes power makes right, might makes right. And we already know this is wrong. We already know what truly makes the right, what is love and extension of love and care, and the edification of our minds, the ennobling of our efforts and our motives, and purifying our thoughts, purifying our understandings, rigorously applying standards of understanding to each other and with each other and amongst groups, not tolerating these insane, preposterous, forcefully delivered pronouncements by those who simply stand to gain from what they're asserting, and it's bald-faced lies. It's sad that everyone seems to be just falling for it, and I guess there has to be some particular savvy some intelligent, I don't want to use the word intelligent, but clever, some cleverness attached to all of this to make people fall for it. It's pretty daunting to think that there are those that would fall for this so easily because they just haven't given it enough thought. But I do think that thought is not being used very much these days. Just the process of thinking. People reach for their phone and it distracts them. And its the whole purpose is distraction. The phone's purpose is distraction, so you won't notice the terrible things that are being done to the world for those who are interested in using it for their own purposes at the expense of others. And that's gone too far. It's gone too far. Mankind will suffer, and this is a rebound. It will be a rebound effect. There's no, living on the top of the mountain or down in a hole somewhere and tunnels or whatever while the rest of mankind is destroyed. It won't be a quiet process for long. I guess they are prepared to handle it with a militant response to make Americans turn against Americans, which is an unheard of thought up until now. Not after the Civil War, and we decided we would never go there again. But we'll go there as often as we must, and we need to. We'll splinter off from our very selves if it seems to be advantageous. And you just have to ask yourself, what is this for really? What is this really for? What are we really doing this for? And then don't settle for your everyday lies to yourself. Dig down into the heart of who you are and ask yourself, what is this really for? And what am I really up to? What am I really getting out of all of this? You gotta uncover your hidden agendas, and then you'll understand that others have them too, and governments do too, and they can operate against you and not in your best interests. And it's better that you should know this. Freud said that the best thing for hysterics was to recognize the persistence of their hysteria was a defiance against generalized unhappiness, and that if they could be made to recognize this unhappiness and to accept it, to work with it, and to be the best they could be in their conditions, it wouldn't get to the point of view, to the extent, it wouldn't get to the extent of having full throttle, mass hysteria. And that's what this is. Mass indoctrination and mass awareness has to happen. We all have to wake up. And waking up means not doing it anymore, not participating in the lies. So it's going to take some doing, because it's pretty harsh right now. It's taken hold on people. It's gotten brutal. So it's time to break these things off and break them up and dispense with these ideas. They're nonsense. Masks aren't our saviors. They're not helping us. They're hurting us. Social distancing is hurting people. Children are growing up in this. 7 years in this, and you'll destroy people. And that's the goal, I guess. Is that what you want? Are you going to be part of that? Because you are if you're not going to do something about it. And I can't warn people enough that this is coming. It's here, and it's about to get really bad. Once you see that countries like Switzerland are going to hold a referendum in June, and the public's going to be involved, and they're going to have debate, that's a country. And when you see India, the third country that was supposed to be the third country with the most orders of the Pfizer vaccine, has bowed out of it, has decided it's not for them. They're not going to do it. And we're already seeing Pfizer the next day saying, oh no, we pulled back from them. Well, there's no reason they would pull back from them. That's just stupid funny. No, people are wising up around the world. Our country lags behind. The ugly American, the stupid American, I don't know what it is, but Americans are obtuse when they get fixated on things. We have an unbelievably hard resistance to accepting that we make errors. It's probably geographic, we don't get a whole lot of countries bordering on our national boundaries to set us right and to wake us up. We don't have the European Union, but that's no answer there necessarily. But we are somehow our individualism has given way to a dulled down obstinacy, and it's the worst kind of a one track mind is when it gets militant, and that's what we're seeing. That's what I'm trying to draw out and make it, illustrate for those who will listen, who are open. That's the only way out now, is to be open to hearing from others, because these answers that we're being told are going to solve everything. They're backing away at every turn. Maybe it's good. Maybe it signals that people are not as stupid as they thought, and they're resisting this thing, and so they're just showing that they have to try harder and push harder, and be more visible in their efforts, and hopefully that will make people think. I live in that kind of hope, but I'm not hopeful about my hope. I just think we just have to continue and not let anything stop the process of unfolding this thing and discerning what's going on and helping other people. Kindness, mercy, it's very much needed now. So anyway, you guys, take care of yourselves. Take it easy.